What is up, my bad biddies, and welcome to the first episode of the Bad Biddy podcast. Hi guys, my name is Stephanie. If you don't know me, now you know me. Once again, welcome to the Bad Biddy podcast and welcome to 2024. We are literally starting the new year. It is January 1st and we are shifting energies, okay? So yeah, welcome to the pod. The way that I really want this podcast to go, I want it to be kind of like a sit down, besties chatting YouTube video vibe, but like it's just me talking. So I guess we can call it a podcast. And I have a mini microphone, so I think that settles the argument. Honestly, I think this podcast is for the unhinged but balanced girlies. At least that's kind of what I am in the process of becoming the best version of myself. I'm sure we all are. And sometimes there's just no content out there that makes me feel really supported. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna make it myself. And I'll watch my own videos. I don't care. Call me a narcissist. Call me an RC. I don't care. But anyways, happy new year everybody, and I want to get down to the nitty gritty of this episode. What is this podcast? Who the fuck am I, and why should you care? Let's get into it. Stephanie. Nice to meet you. I am a 22-year-old content creator in Miami, Florida. I was born and raised in Miami, so I know how to have fun. I know how to be balanced. I have seen the ins and outs of life. I think I've lived like 127 lifetimes in my 22 years of life. So if you guys can get anything from my story times or from my advice or just from my ranting, my little squirrel brain, I have done my job. I want to go about my little life story and stuff so you guys are just like not talking to some random brick wall. I want you guys to get to know me. Before I started this episode, I sat down in like a little 10-minute meditation and I really thought about what message I want to convey to you guys and like how I want to come across to my audience, my supporters, my friends. You guys are my fucking friends. I don't make the rules. So the reason I really wanted to get into this podcast as soon as possible is because I have been going through this period of growth that's been actually insane. I think I can write a novel about how it's been for me. So with this podcast, I wanted a way to keep track of my progress, but also keeping it in like a visual diary. I'm a very visual learner. I love to go back to old videos and like see my thought process and like see my personality and like how I've changed or how I've stayed the same. Keeping track of things through time is the way that you find out if you're progressing or degressing. But I also wanted to make it a weekly thing so it kind of feels like you're talking to your friends. A lot of podcasts that I really love, like the Unfiltered podcast, the Canceled podcast, I really feel like I'm just lollygagging and kicking it with my friends. And that's what I want this podcast to be. I will be vulnerable. I will be spilling tea. I will be maybe starting drama. Maybe. Emphasis on maybe, because honestly, it's my life. And if you don't want me to talk about it, don't do it to me. Is that so crazy? I'm getting a little ahead of myself. But just know, baby girl, that I'm here for you. We are here for each other. And if you guys want to make friends in the comments, I want to build this to something really cool one day. So I will probably start up the Instagram very soon with podcast clips. And I'm still deciding if I want to change this sign. I kind of want it to say Bad Biddy. We're trying to get a brand to sponsor that. So we're in motion, baby. Okay. This is just the first couple episodes. I just really wanted to get it out of my system. A lot of people like to wait until something is absolutely perfect to start. And I'm one of those people. And a lot of the times I just never fucking start because I never feel like it's perfect. So this is trial and error era. Oh my God, I have a joke. What is a DJ's favorite pasta sauce? Remember never? You giggled. I know you giggled. So now that I've gotten into what I want this podcast to be and like how the vibe is going to be, I want to get into me and why I'm qualified to have a fucking mini microphone or why I have the tools to convey messages that can possibly help people. And it also helps me process my own thoughts. A lot of the stuff that I'm saying here is off the rocker, so I have no idea what's going to come out of my mouth. Maybe we can evaluate some stuff together. Yeah, so let's probably start from the beginning. I'm a Virgo. That's very important. And I'm crazy. No, I'm joking. I am a little bit nuts though, but you love me. All right, so August 24th, 2001, I popped out of my mommy's, you know what? Actually, I didn't because I was a C-section and I almost died. But that has nothing to do with it. Maybe it does have to do with it. Maybe that's why I am the way I am. A little Steph is born. I am an only child. So guess what? I have all the time in the world to vibe, I guess. I was always super happy not having siblings growing up because as a Virgo, I really hate people touching my stuff. Like if I would ever have one of my mom's kids, like my mom's friends' kids come to my house and like they would like touch my stuff. Oh my fucking God, it makes me want to rip my hair out. But I think the older I got, the more I realized that company in the home is really important. I mean, my parents work a lot, so I was in my little Delulu land. I honestly don't think I became self-aware until I was 16 years old. Do you know how embarrassing it is to be self-aware at that age? Oh my god, super embarrassing. Growing up, I was always kind of a little chunkier. I personally didn't really give a shit. Like, I was just like, okay, whatever, I'm slaying in my little justice outfit, my little high top Converse boots. Like, I don't know who I thought I was, but I thought I was that bitch. So being the chunky little monkey that I was and having the blabbermouth that I do, I was very isolated when I was little. The older I get, the more I realized how much of a cunt everybody was in the nicest way possible. Yeah, I was basically bullied from all of elementary school, I believe. It stopped in middle school because I changed schools and, people stopped being assholes. But yeah, I was heavily bullied when I was in elementary school. I remember this one specific time I got pushed down a flight of stairs and I broke my leg. I broke my right leg. But at least I got a cool little purple cast because I love Justin Bieber. See, these are the things that happen that when you get older, you look back and you're just like, wow, that was not what I thought it was. But it's okay. We're super innocent and we don't know what the world is like. We don't know what we're doing. But yeah, kind of being teased on and being isolated like that kind of put me in a very dark place very, very young. I was a SH. I was a self-harmer. I don't know if I can say that on YouTube. But yeah, I was dealing with some demons, you know what I mean? I was just not the nicest person to myself. Maybe this podcast is more of a coping mechanism for me. Okay, I love people trauma dumping. Give it to me. Give me the tea. Why are you the way that you are? Is that just me? I don't know. I love knowing why people are the way that they are. So elementary school happens. I'm in a pretty dark place. I am already hurting myself at like 10 years old. Like, I want to give my younger self a hug, honestly, because she did not deserve that. Come around to middle school, I'm still a little bit of a chunky monkey, but the bullying did stop, but my self-confidence did not. My self-confidence was absolutely on the floor. And you know what? It's really crazy because people who knew me at that time, I was the most bubbly, loud, funny, always laughing type of person. But like inside, I was so empty and cold and lonely and just like, I wanted to like not be here. You know what I mean? I was so young feeling like that. And I just, the Tumblr days, I think fueled the fire even more. Mix it together with some bad friends who are also emo as shit. And then boom, you have this. We're getting awfully comfy now. This is the first episode. Oh my god. Please don't judge me, all right? I would never judge you guys. So don't judge me. I think it's also very hard to talk about things that have happened in your life when you have people who have been in your life watching it because, personally for me, I would love to block everybody I know and fully talk, but I have to be careful because I'm a real life human and I have people who will see this and will think things about me and will assume things and like whatever. My journey is to be here for the people who need it, who want it, who like it. So after middle school comes high school, and I do have, a lot of friends now. My confidence is up. I'm playing sports, I'm playing soccer, I have friends, I have a boyfriend. Like everything is chilling. You know what I mean? I'm feeling like I'm on top of the world. But the thing that never really occurred to me was college. Yeah, you didn't think it was going to take a turn there. I never once was like, I want to be a sorority girl. I want to go to college. Oh my God. Roo, roo, roo. Ha, ha, ha. Me, 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 me. I didn't want to do any of that shit. I literally remember it was like applying day at high school and like they brought the laptops for everybody and then we were all applying to colleges at the same time, like for a class. I remember sitting there not having a single college in mind. I was like, you know what college you know what you want to study? Part of the reason that I never thought of it is because I truly never thought I would make it past a certain age, if you know what I mean. I never really thought that far ahead in my life. Like I said, I was not self-aware. Like life was not real to me, guys. I really hope someone else relates to that because if it's just me, I'm actually going to lose my noggin again. So that was another thing that also made me feel very left out from like the get-go. I feel like I've always been like the little black sheep and like everything. So yeah, I just applied to whatever random community college was in my area and you don't even get accepted. You just go. Might as well. I had no interest in moving away. I had no interest in frats or sororities. Like I have more of an interest in those things now and I'm 22 than when I was 18. Make it make sense. So yeah, I did the thing. I did community college for about 2 years or about maybe a year and a half, honestly. And I did the dumbest thing ever, bitch. I dropped out, but like I didn't like drop out and like withdraw. I dropped out like I ghosted my college. In hindsight, I should have slapped myself in the face because I had no idea that what I was doing then would jeopardize what I wanted to do in the future, which I will get into. You know, we're in college, whatever. I absolutely despise it. All the people in my school are weirdos. It's just like a community college. You know what I mean? It's not like a cool university where like there's an awesome campus and people stay in dorms and stuff like that. It was never really that. The only way I got a taste of that is living through my friends that I would go visit. I had some friends staying in the college across the street, and I would go to their school after I was done with my classes, and I would just hang out with them in the dorms, study with them, vibe with them, and it felt like I went to their school. A lot of people actually did think I went to that school. You would be surprised how many people ask me like, "Do you go to this school?" "Oh no, you go to that school." "No, you go to that school." I'm like, "Bitch, I don't go to any." I don't go to any, bitch. And for a while, that was so cool to me, and I thought I was like the coolest bitch for like, you know, still making my bag. I think we all know what happens in 2020. The world literally stopped. Everybody stopped. All my college classes switched to online, and that made it even worse. Like, if I felt alone, I felt so alone now. It was absolutely insane. I would literally just wake up, open my laptop, go into the class, and then go back to sleep. I had no interest, no drive, no motivation at all to go to school. Like, I was literally doing it just because I was enrolled. But you know what I mean? It was just like not a priority to me at all. It was making me depressed. It was making me question my sanity. So I made the decision to completely ghost my school and never go back until. So we're going to fast forward between 2020, 2021, and 2022. Basically, those 2 years were just me running around, traveling, filming, vlogging, making friends, having the best time ever, truly. I was having a great time not in college. But now we're getting into present times, everybody, okay? You guys are following along. You guys are doing great. Your listening skills, amazing. So now we're in present day, and all my friends are graduating college with their bachelors, and I'm like, damn, should I have gotten a bachelor's? Like, just scratching my head. I truly believe that I did not need a degree for what I wanted to do. I mean, I'm really good with cameras and mics and just talking in general. So I really wanted to do something like either newscasting or like I used to host a show on TikTok for news. I have had my fair share of camera screen time jobs. You know what I mean? You know, sometimes you just think you can really get to things with no degree. And sometimes you really can. But I went to Europe this year. Oh my God, last year. It's January 1st. Okay, I went to Europe last year. Oh my God, that's such a sad sentence. I needed to be this year again, ASAP. So I went to Europe and I kind of had a revelation there. And I was thinking to myself, like, Stephanie, if you are really good at what you do, you will get the opportunity, right? But unfortunately, in the world that we live in, you can be very good and still be out hired by someone who's mid with a degree. It really comes down to connections and who you are as a person. That is very true. And I do believe that I have those things. But I would be so livid if I wanted to be a newscaster or a TV show host or an award announcer host and someone else would get it just because they had this little fucking piece of paper. So I decided that I wanted to put my mind in focus mode and I wanted to go back to school. And now I feel like a black sheep again because now everybody is done with school and now I'm in school again. Like, why can't I ever do anything right the first time? But we balling. We can get into how hard it was for me to get into school a second time in another video, but just know that it took a lot. It took a lot of me to get back into school because of what happened last time I went to school. It took a lot of dedication and I'm not playing around with it. I'm getting my degree. I'm doing my thing. I'm doing my podcast. 2024 is literally the year of no more slacking. Don't be a baby back bitch, okay? I'm talking to you too. All these little goals that you want that you think are too big for you, no. Little by little, bitch. Day by day. That's all you have to do. Even if you weren't better today than you were yesterday, that's okay. Be better the next day. True motivational speaker here, everybody. The reason I explained to you my life story and kind of like a gist of my timeline, I guess, so you guys can kind of understand the type of person I am and the type of person that you are listening to. A lot of these people on the internet are like super perfect and want everything to be perfect and make you feel jealous about your life and da 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 da, and all that fake bullshit that people put on the internet just to like feed your void and to make you feel like you're less than like this person who like their literal job is to do that. I'm kind of saying that like hypocritically because my job literally is to do this. But I'm going to be real as fuck with you, and I'm going to tell you the good, the bad, the ugly, and the embarrassing. Furthermore, going on into the next episodes, I'm going to take suggestions on what you guys want me to talk about. I really do want to talk about self-development and being just a better person and being nice to yourself, a lot of self-love, a lot of self-growth, and cultivating kind energy into yourself. You are the only person in your brain. Like, it needs to be a nice place for you. I hope you understand that. And it took me a very long time to understand that. Sometimes I really catch myself going into spirals, and I'm like, you know what, Steph? You wouldn't say this to somebody you love. You wouldn't say this to a child or even your younger self. Why are you saying it to yourself now? The next couple episodes are going to be less about me and more about topics. The list is endless. My brain is open to you guys, and I am honored that you guys would listen to me. I really hope everybody is starting the new year off fresh, good, healthy, happy, and that we only continue to go up from here. I know that this is going to be a great year, and I'm so excited for what's to come. It's just going to be a great year for everybody, and it has to be your choice. You have to choose to make it the best year of your life. All right, guys, I feel like this has been a pretty decent first episode. I don't think I'm gonna re-record it. I was really scared that I would have to. I love you guys so much. I'm really excited for this journey. If you guys have any questions, any suggestions, or anything, leave a comment down below. Subscribe, follow my Instagram. From this point forward, we are doing things for our well-being. We are loving ourselves. We are respecting ourselves. We are not tolerating no disrespect, no bad vibes. Have the best week ever, and I will see you very soon. Thank you for watching. Mwah.